Draft time.
Let's do it.
Now, we mentioned Ozark earlier, and we'll get to that because our draft this week is going to be on dysfunctional television families. We have a dilemma to solve because Brick and I tied again.
Legitimately tied.
Yes.
Let's roll it over. This one's worth 2.
So we were talking about what we do, and we don't have to do anything this time around, obviously, because we could have confronted this prior to it happening and whatever. I brought up the idea that if 2 people tie, that the third person just gets a -1.
I'm fine with that too. That also works. But
so now we're at a clean slate because we're season 2 and I won the first.
No, you didn't. I did.
We don't have to argue about it.
It doesn't. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyways, if anybody has any creative ideas, shoot them our way. But we are here to draft the most dysfunctional television families, and boy, I'm guessing there's a lot of these to choose from because conflict is what makes a great story, right? I guess we have to Brick, I'll just let you pick the order if you want. I don't really care.
We'll just do Mark, myself, and then you can go last, Smithers. I already know who your first pick is going to be.
No, you don't.
We'll see if Smithers takes it. Or I'm sorry, Mark takes it. But go ahead, Mark. You are number 1, 1-1 on the clock. Who is the most dysfunctional family in all of television?
Yeah. I haven't even finished this whole series, but I just want to take it because I don't want any of you to have it. I'm going to say the Blues from Arrested Development.
That's not bad. It's a pretty good pick. It would have been one that I got to eventually. I don't know that it would have been 1-1 for me, though.
Okay. It was my 1-1, so I made a huge mistake by giving him. Yeah, I love that's one of my favorite shows of all time. I made a huge mistake.
You
yeah,
steal it?
Literally. Couldn't be more.
Now he's just trying to bait you into stealing it.
Yeah,
steal it and watch what happens. I dare you to steal it. Just watch.
I'm good. I'm gonna go with the Reynolds family from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Frank, Dee, and Dennis are all insane, worst people ever, and how they make that work and hang out with each other is beyond me. They don't even know who is. They found out that their dad is actually like the pastor from like Seventh Heaven. That guy, and it's just like that whole family is all fucked up. So that's my one. That's my pick.
I think that I'm just gonna keep trying to piss off Brick, and I'm just gonna take the Lannisters.
Cool. Yeah, they were not on my list actually.
Wow, that's a huge miss by you because gross. I think anytime you end up with a family that brutally is murdering each other, then it's a pretty fucked up and dysfunctional time to be together.
Yeah, I think though with that time, the time period, it was like a given though. When you were living in that day and age, it was so shitty. Everything in your life, like the food you ate, the way you dressed, your hygiene, everything was just terrible, and you were ultimately just in a bad mood. So you probably hated everyone around you, including your family. I could see why there would be so many shitty ass families in the medieval times.
Okay.
And you just didn't know anybody else, right? Like there just wasn't anybody else around to be like, I guess I'm gonna.
You didn't trust anyone else either, too.
Yeah.
But then you couldn't trust your family usually either.
We need to keep the bloodlines pure.
Ugh.
Anyway.
You know how many fucking royal families around the world still do that shit too? Ugh. Anyways, my second pick, I'm going to throw you guys a curveball here, and I'm going to pick the Smiths from Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a good one.
I'm just happy you picked that animated family over the other one I obviously thought you were going to pick.
Yeah. You know what? I think that it doesn't cater to our fan base. I think that I'm kind of a loner when it comes to Simpsons fandom. So you gotta pander.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta build a squad. Okay.
The Roys from Succession, all pieces of shit. I don't know how they're working together. One of them is trying to take over the company. Everyone's trying to take over the company. They're all just doing it in their own fucked ways. So I'm gonna go with the Roys.
Who's your first pick?
The Reynolds.
That's right.
From Always Sunny.
All right, Mark, you got 2.
I'm gonna go with the Wilkersons from Malcolm in the Middle.
I was gonna pick them too. Mark's stealing all my picks.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Gallaghers from Shameless.
Bad pick,
man.
Everybody fucking roasted me when I picked any sort of Gallagher involved. Their family sucks, though. I agree. They're the worst ever.
They still love each other, though.
Right.
I couldn't get into that show. Every season was the exact same shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After the third season, I was just like, wow, they are really just recycling their stories and telling the same thing over and over again.
I picked them because I thought it was more so because I thought that was on Brick's list, and there's two that I don't think you're going to pick, so I put that to the side.
All right.
Go on.
Brick, what do you got?
Yeah, Gallagher's were not on my list because everyone was like, fuck the Gallagher's, blah, blah, blah. But
That show just isn't good. I think
agree.
the only reason I watched it in the first place is because they shot it by where I used to live.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the only reason to watch it is for the Chicago references. And that's very niche.
First season was great, but... Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I guess I just... The epitome of dysfunctional family is The Simpsons. I'm taking The Simpsons in the third round. I mean, that's just...
Okay. Terrible choice.
It's not a terrible choice by any means. But go ahead.
That's pretty funny, though. Okay, let's see. Going back to my list here. It's really easy to just pick anything from any AMC drama, which I think I might do here. I think I'm going to go with The Drapers.
Okay.
That's a product of its time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
I like
still,
that pick.
Ugh.
I just feel like enough people haven't seen that show. And you could maybe say the same about Shameless.
I've seen
Mad
first
Men?
3 seasons. I know I've seen the first 3 seasons. I know Don Draper's like not his real identity. He like stole his identity and
spoilers.
shit. But like I don't really know why his family's all fucked up.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was the biggest spoiler of all time.
Shut the show down.
And I think with my last pick, I will go with... I'm going to go with the Bundys from Married with Children.
Okay.
Great pick. Great pick. Good,
Al
great
Bundy,
pick
all-time
for
GOAT. No, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna say this one. There's no way, Jerry. We're gonna go with the Costanzas.
I thought about that. I don't feel like they're a big enough part of the show.
Yeah.
Like they're not the focus of.
I don't care. They're fucked up. If you
They're definitely fucked up. No argument.
If you watch The Simpsons, if you watched Seinfeld, you know it's just the Costanzas are insane people, and their family is just also insane. We can go over some honorable mentions after Mark does his last terrible pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I wasn't gonna pick this, but just to show how worse of an animated family pick that you had, Brick. It's the Griffins.
That was the most ham-fisted way to fucking say that ever.
The Griffins are way more dysfunctional. I would say they're the most dysfunctional. They've all cheated on each other. I mean, you have Stewie that has taken steroids. You have had Meg who befriended somebody in the lesbian alliance group in their school just to have a friend, and then her mom makes out with her in front of her. Like, you have episodes in the show that are so over the top and just prove how shitty each one of them are. So
that's why I picked the Smiths from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that's a good cartoon pick.
I think in comparison, though, the Griffins compared to the Simpsons, way more dysfunctional. Way more.
I don't know. It's what it really comes down to is the factor of who's the biggest shitbag father. And Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson are both alcoholics, drunk driving idiots. Absolute morons, continuously risking their kids' lives.
But
Homer Simpson risked the lives of the entire community by being the safety guy for the nuclear power plant. I mean, think about how bad Chernobyl was. He is at the mercy of exploding all of Springfield easily, and we don't even know where Springfield it is. It's all Springfields, basically.
I have no dog in this fight. I just think it's an interesting conversation, and I'll talk about the Simpsons anytime.
Yeah, I would just say Peter Griffin from a father standpoint is way worse. I mean, you have Homer that will like choke out Bart, and that's the worst, I would say. Yeah, but then you have Peter Griffin.
Yeah, doesn't Peter like punch Lois in the face?
Dude, they all just, there's so many episodes where they get angry, get out of their car, and just beat the fuck out of some pedestrian, or Peter is just ripping on Meg every single episode to where she almost kills herself. at multiple
I'm
instances.
sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not
Any it's a cartoon. Any honorable mentions for you guys?
I was gonna go Sopranos.
Sopranos was
my last pick.
also. I was thinking them too.
Righteous
Family Guy was
Gemstones
like
is top of mind.
Oh, Righteous Gemstones. I
But
forgot.
I mean, that's another. I wouldn't pick it because not enough people have seen it.
F is for Family. That's I think too niche as well.
Yeah, that's a
Because
fucked up show.
I mean, it's exactly. I couldn't even watch it because it was actually fucking depressing. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that one actually like hurts my soul watching it. I wanted too much. I wanted more comedy from Bill Burr, but it gets into the weeds emotionally.
It got way too real, and I was just like, yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, for a cartoon, yeah, give me a little more levity.
No kidding.
It's Batman, right? Batman has a pretty fucked up family, or actually lack thereof. Never
It
mind.
depends on which story you follow. I mean, that's pretty much true of every.
What about the Rose
superhero.
family?
I would say that they're kind of dysfunctional, but they're not like they're not on the same scale as like the Roys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was my second pick, right?
What about the Fast and Furious family? Is that dysfunctional at all, or are they just perfect from top to bottom?
They're just so perfect.
Pristine.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on.
That's their superpower. Family.